Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Now, in today's editorial, I'm going to talk to you about a former police commissioner, a former Mumbai police commissioner, Mr. Parambir Singh. Now, Parambir Singh held a lot of important positions, especially after 2014. Because he was the former Thana police commissioner, after which he became the former additional director general of police law and order, after which he became the head of anti-corruption, and then he became the commissioner of police Mumbai. So he had held a lot of positions in Maharashtra. I had met him a couple of times too. So there were extortion cases against him. I guess there were 3 extortion cases against him. There were 3 non-bailable warrant issued against him. The police commissioner, the former police commissioner who was a sitting head of civil defense, vanished from Mumbai, where he was the sitting head of civil defense, vanished from Mumbai and he could not be found. Now, why are we talking about it? We are talking about it because I see a huge system flaw, and I'm going to talk to you about that system flaw. So that's my topic today. And before I end, I've got a very, very, very short topic, which is Mr. Sanjay Kumar gets extension for 1 year as ED chief. So since we are talking about the system, since we are talking about bureaucracy, let's talk about Mr. Sanjay Kumar and let's talk about this ordinance that allows the center to extend the heads of institutions. Let's talk about that too. Let's get right into the show. So like I said, Mr. Parambir Singh held a lot of important positions after 2014 in Maharashtra. 2014 is when the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Fadnavis-led Bharatiya Janata Party government came into Maharashtra. He was holding a lot of important positions. Now, he came into limelight as the Thane police commissioner. Now, he also, at some point was referred to in the Commissioner Hassan Ghafoor's statement, where Mr. Hassan Ghafoor, who was the Commissioner of Police when 26/11 happened in 2008 in Mumbai, Mr. Hassan Ghafoor had said that, Mr. Parambir Singh was one of the officers who were called and who didn't respond to an emergency call when Mr. Hassan Ghafoor gave it. So that was it. That was before 2014, so 2008. So let's forget it. He became the Commissioner of Police 2014 in Thane, and then from there he went to ADG and whatever, that trip I told you. And finally, the problem started when he became the Police Commissioner of Mumbai. See, the point is, there are corruption cases against him, extortion cases against him. And because of the extortion cases, there was investigation and there was non-bailable warrant issued against them. Sounds perfect, isn't it? A police commissioner, to kya hua? Non-bailable warrant, was issued against him. But you know what? Unfortunately, it didn't work that way. You see, everything was honky-dory. All what he did in Thane, nothing came out. All what he was doing everywhere, nothing came out. Things started coming out when he raised objection he raised a complaint letter against the sitting Home Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Anil Deshmukh. Acha. Now, why did he raise an objection? Why did he say that Anil Deshmukh was corrupt? He said Anil Deshmukh was corrupt not because his moral conscience, and all, everything got vibrant. No, not because of that. He said Anil Deshmukh was corrupt because Anil Deshmukh got him transferred. He was moved out of Mumbai. And he was asked to go into civil defense, be the head of civil defense. Therefore, he said, you made me the head of civil defense, so I am saying you are corrupt. Now, when he said Anil Deshmukh was corrupt, Anil Deshmukh had to prove something. What Anil Deshmukh said is, then all these complaints happened. All these extortion and all that came into limelight. And then started one after another, they started issuing non-bailable warrant against him. My thing is, where is the system? So, the the justice or whatever this justice process is happening because there was a fight amongst the commissioner and the home minister. If they were working cordially, they would have still worked cordially. If what the commissioner said is true, then the home minister would continue making money. And if the home minister and whatever the others are saying is true, then this commissioner would be making money. So this would have been the scene. Both of them would be happy and the city would have been bleeding. This is what would have happened. But for the fact that they fought between each other. So because they fought between each other, this is what happened. So the system didn't work. The system collapsed. The system didn't work. It is fate, providence that actually worked. Otherwise, like I said, they would have been doing what they're doing. So this is what is shocking. Now, I have two questions. The question number one is, why did the Home Minister transfer this particular officer when that, why? Now let me, before I get into that, why the Home Minister transferred this officer? This Home Minister transferred this officer because of that Antalya case, the Mukesh Ambani bomb scare, Mukesh Ambani residence bomb scare, where they found that gelatin sticks under Mukesh Ambani's bungalow. So that's where this gentleman, and when Vazay was caught, when the Pradeep Sharma was caught, that's when the fingers were pointed at him. And they said, bad management, so you move out. He said, what bad management? Main kya kiya? It's all him, he takes 100 crores. That is the Home Minister. He said he takes 100 crores every day. He told this Vazay fellow to go and collect 100 crores for him every day. This is how the actual fight or actual mudslinging happened between them. And what a way. Now, the question is, see, this officer, they don't come corrupt overnight. One fine day, they said, oh, I've got a good chair now, today morning onwards, I'm going to be corrupt, Baba. Aisa nahi hota hai. An officer is corrupt from a very early stage of his career. Very early stage. And more or less, let me assure you, more or less, the state knows. The state machinery, the state, his bosses, his seniors know that this particular officer is corrupt. My first question is, if you knew that this gentleman, Parambir Singh, did not have a clean record, why was he made the CP Thane? You risk the lives and the safety of the people of Thane by making him the Commissioner of Police Thane. When you very well knew, or possibly you were given to understand that he may not be the cleanest officer, why was he made the head of Thane? Why was he made the head of Mumbai, the economic capital of this country? If you knew that. And if you don't know, you are saying that you are issuing warrant after warrant and your entire intelligence failed, and it is now, just lately after he complained against a minister, that you came to know that this man is corrupt. Is that true? Is that even happening? So the fact is, those thousands and thousands and thousands of people who must have suffered because of such corrupt officers, their suffering has no meaning, no value. Your suffering has no meaning and no value. But when he went against a minister, there things changed, Baba. There things changed. So this is my first point. My second point. What is our system doing? Where is our system? Where are checks and balances in our system? Are kuch bhi? Anybody does anything? If this extortion cases, whatever is being filed against him, if it is true, do you know what you mean? A commissioner of police was extorting money from builders, saying that paise dene to, I'll put you behind bars, maybe get you killed. I don't know. A police commissioner doing it in this day and age, in this India. What are we talking about? Where is safety? How do we trust a man in uniform? How do we trust a man at arms? How do you do that? So there is absolutely no check and balances. The only thing in a police manual now, or not the police manual, but in the corrupt police manual, if there is one, if there is that kind of stuff, they will say that, Baba, listen, do all the corruption you want, but never take panga with the minister. Be nice to the minister, you will go through. You will go retire peacefully. Like this gentleman would have. I am sure he had 3-4 years to retire. He would have retired and made money with the money he has. I am saying alleged money he has. I don't know whether it is right or wrong. I don't want to get into any sort of legal problem with this. But the point is the alleged money that he has. At least that is what the NBW, whatever that non-bailable warrant that has been issued on him. So the point is, Where is our check and balance? What kind of system are we running? This system is absolutely degenerating. It's बोलते ना system खोखला हो गया है. And that's the problem. And number three, ठीक है, a police commissioner is corrupt, is found corrupt. Who takes responsibility? If in a corporate company, if a man is found corrupt, and if there is corruption in the department head is also equally scrutinized, and the department head also has to pay at times with his job or at least with his career, with his promotions, with his increment. Why is the Home Minister and the ruling government not responsible for a corrupt man like him? It is this government, this Mahavikas Aghadi, who put him as Commissioner of Police Mumbai. Why are they not responsible? They didn't know, matlab, kisko bhi eeny, meeny, miny, moo, and then this, okay, you become the commissioner. Is that how it works? There is no intelligence. Nobody checks. Nobody ref checks. Nobody finds out what his background is. You're putting him as a police commissioner of Mumbai. Nobody bothered to check the background. I'm surprised, Baba. I'm surprised. Achha, number two. What about Mr. Fadnavis? When he was appointed as head of Thane, there also eeny, meeny, miny, moo. There was also, even there were no checks. How come there was no checks? So, you have all the power, all the authority, but no responsibility. Authority, I will select who the commissioner is, Baba. I will select who the Director General of Police is. That is my prerogative. But authority, something goes wrong, I'll say, mistake, sorry, bad man, very, very bad. Put him behind bars. That is all I am going to say. Nothing happens to the Home Minister. That means no responsibility. Why is he sitting there as a public representative? Why is the government sitting there as public representative? That's the question I want to ask tonight. Think about this. Think about this, because this concerns our safety. This concerns the law and order situation in the country, in the state, in the city we stay. This concerns each one of us. Believe me, when a police commissioner starts extorting, when a home minister, according to the police commissioner, starts extorting, this city, this country, and this state will never be safe. None of us will be safe. And that's the point I want you to think tonight. Let's get into our next topic. Like I said, Mr. Sanjay Kumar gets extension for 1 year as the director of ED. Now the point is, this is days after that Sunday. Sunday was the day when the ordinance was passed, wherein the central government had the power to give extension from 2 years to 5 years. So they can give extension to any person they want. There are 2 points of views. I am going to put 2 points of views in front of you. You decide what is right and what is wrong. Point of view number 1 is, let's look at it from a corporate perspective. From a corporate perspective, I would like to choose my team. I would like to choose who is in the camera. I would like to choose who are my journalists. I would like to choose my associate editors. I would like to choose my editors. I would like to choose my team, because that's the way I would like to run. And then I am responsible to running this company, running this channel. So that's fair. So I choose my people. Now, likewise, the government will say, listen, I need to choose my people. If I am the Home Minister, I am the Finance Minister, I am the Prime Minister, I would like to choose my people so that I know the best people. I choose people who I'm comfortable with, I've got a rapport with, I've got a working relation with, so that I can do my best. I can deliver the best for this country. So I need extension. If people I like, I want to give extension so that, my efficiency is not questioned. My efficiency never goes down. It remains. One perspective. Second perspective is, this is government job. What is the difference between a government job and a private job? A private job, the chairman, if it is a Indian company, if it is a regular family-run company, then the chairman remains for life till he passes away, till his son takes over. The chairman remains for life. So that chairman is there. Even in a professional company, the chairman of a company, even if it's an MNC, remains for a quite a period. At least 10 to 15 years is when the lifetime of a chairman. So you run that company for a long time. In government, the chairman, that is the Prime Minister, changes every 5 years, or is supposed to change every 5 years. He can be in 10 years, could be 15 years. But the point is, principle is, he is supposed to be re-elected every 5 years. So the chances are the chairman may change every 5 years. Now what happens is, if the entire setup is made according to one particular chairman, when the next chairman comes, when the next Prime Minister comes, then you start sacking people who the earlier chairman appointed. So the point is, somewhere down the line, in that particular management system where the chairman changes, where the leader changes every 5 years, the system should be auto-run. It should be auto-run. The system should be more powerful than the people sitting, the people heading the system. The enforcement directorate should be seen as more powerful than the enforcement director. That's when you can work in a dynamic system where the leader changes every now and then. This is the other end of the story. The second end of the story is, if you go back to the corporate example, is listen, end of the day, a person needs an X amount of time to establish himself, to deliver what he can deliver. Because if his ideas, his innovations, his new philosophies, his management style, if he has to establish that management style, he has to deliver, he needs around 5 to 7 years to function. Then he can show how his leadership has changed. If he is there for 2 years and if he is transferred in 2 years, 2 साल में क्या कर पाएगा? What can a person do in 2 years? So the government says, therefore, I would wish to extend from 2 years to maybe 5 years. Maybe I want to put a person there for 7 years, 6 years in that particular position so that he can actually make a difference in that department. Okay, that's one way of looking at it. Now let us look at the other way. The other way is, see, if one person sits in a chair for 5 years, 7 years, this is again, like I said, government job. You become an IPS officer, IRS officer, UPSC officer, that is, IPS, IRS, whatever. And then you go one step ahead, you go second step ahead, you go third step ahead. There, if supposing their one job is stuck, then all of this will come up and all pile on. Because unless and until he retires, there can't be another director. So, what is the motivation for the guy below? What is his motivation? ये तो chair बैठा है, ये 5 साल बैठेगा, मेरा तो chance ही नहीं लगने वाला है. What is his motivation down? Then he'll say, ठीक है यार, then I will do something else. Maybe I'll be more corrupt. I'll get more money. At least जगह तो मिलने वाला नहीं है. I'm not going to get the chair, so let me make money. Possible. So the fact remains that in a system like what we have, is extending heads, extending directors, extending institutional heads for 5 years, 6 years, is that viable? Is that a good management strategy? Or is that not a good management strategy? I told you both the sides. You decide for yourself. You let me know. Please do write in our comment box. Do let me know and tell me how you feel and what do you feel about it. I would urge you to support us, subscribe to our channel, subscribe to our various subscription models, subscription packages. Do subscribe to us because money is important and we need that now more than ever. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.